Hi, Ishita. We are live on LinkedIn. And firstly, before getting started with today's session of Amazing Entrepreneurs, Volume 1, Episode 2, I would just like to quickly welcome all the people on the live stream. This is the second episode of the first volume of Amazing Entrepreneurs. Amazing Entrepreneurs is a series of conversations presented by Tapsstart Digital, where uh, we are trying to uncover the behind the scenes of what goes in building a startup. And in the second episode, we have with us Ishita Saxena, founder of Arezou. A quick introduction about Ishita Saxena. She is a holistic beauty and wellness guide. She's the founder of Arezou, India's first personalized holistic beauty and wellness brand. An engineer, MBA turned certified aromatherapist and herbalist from Australia. Hi, Ishita.
Hi, Amrit. How are you?
I'm
Thank
good. How
you
are
so
you? A quick introduction for our audience.
much. Hi, everyone. And first of all, thank you so much, Amrit, for inviting me. It's interestingly, it's been a good journey, and here I am to talk about it. So yes, as you said, I am an engineer and MBA, been in the corporate world for 9 years and switched roles, switched paths, and now I'm an entrepreneur. I am the founder of India's first personalized holistic beauty and wellness, Arezou. What we do is we help women go through different stages of their lives by customizing skincare rituals for them, which is inspired by aromatherapy. So I did certifications in handcrafted soap guild USA in soap making, aromatherapy, and that is where it started off. And now here I am running a brand of my own skincare.
Superb, superb. When you say that it's a personalized skincare or wellness brand, I think this is something which is less heard of. You know how wellness and skincare can be personalized as well as something which can be addressed at a mass scale. So we usually start our sessions with entrepreneurs by asking this one question, that what problem are you trying to solve? So how would you like to put it in your case?
Yes. So see, I before I want to say how do I solve a problem, I think I will talk about how it started off as a problem for me.
Yes.
Not exactly a problem, I would say, but it's change in life or a life stage, as you call it. So 5 years back, I became a mom. It was a big transition for me. And motherhood or pregnancy gets a lot of things alongside with it, which, however much you want to explain to people, really cannot relate to it. Their physical changes, their mental, emotional changes, and you have all the support, but still, it's a big transition for you. As I said, I was in the corporate world before this. I was still working. During my maternity leave, I was going through this weird phase of skin change, my body change, my emotional. That is where I started studying about aromatherapy, got started applying essential oils into my own lifestyle. And it made a huge difference for me personally. And when I started communicating this to other people around me and my friends and people I knew, a lot of everyone was going through a different transition some way or the other. Someone had changed cities, someone had got married, someone was going through motherhood all again. Um, and everyone was struggling to combat with it. And it's just that not the, only the lifestyle changes, your body changes, your skin changes, and the whole confidence kind of starts getting low because how you look starts changing. That is a very, it impacts you mentally. So that is how the whole concept of Arezou came into picture. The idea was that we just not a skincare brand where we're selling off the shelf products. I personally want to be a companion to help you transition through that phase. And skincare is just not face on the face value. It's very much derived on your lifestyle, your eating habits, your personality, what kind of environment you're living in. So and you need someone to talk about all of that. So that is what we try at Arezou. We try to handhold you, see where those changes are driven from, be it might be diet, lifestyle, and then suggest skincare rituals which are inspired by aromatherapy in natural ways of treating your skin, healing your skin, and of course getting you a better lifestyle.
So, as a wellness brand, specifically talking about skincare, uh, it's a debatable topic wherein how responsive the market is, or especially for a bespoke or a special personalized solution for skincare. Have you had your part of doubts, or your doubts from external sources or other stakeholders, or maybe people that इसमें दम है कि नहीं है business में? So ऐसे situations को how do you manage such situations of self doubt or doubt from others?
See, I think whenever I started off, that was the biggest self-doubt for myself. And a lot of people, when I started off, first question was, do you know what you're doing? Are you qualified enough for it? That is where I started doing certifications and started studying. Or doubt na initially there's always there, and bespoke is something which is very, very it's thought of ki, oh my god, kya hoga, and are you really good enough in it or not? But once you start talking to people and connecting with people, you realize everyone is looking for a soundboard, especially in this digital world, because you don't get a chance to talk. Everything is available online, everything is discounts and everything. So the more and more acted with people, the more there is an initial hitch for, of course, to come forward and talk. But once people start opening up, it's a different experience altogether. And there will always be doubts from yourself, and there will always be doubts from outside. But slowly and steadily, as you grow, those things start getting subdued, and you also learn on the way, and you adapt. And the more you adapt, and that is the best way to adapt and grow, and it starts quelling the doubts around you and also in your head. And that, I think, doubts are important. Otherwise, you won't be able to grow. क्योंकि जब तक कोई question नहीं पूछेगा, आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि आप गलत क्या कर रहे हो. So so that is also a way of taking it with a pinch of salt.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with this particular thing of going out and talking about the idea to the people around them. And one of the leading issues is in the minds of entrepreneurs, they think that the idea will be stolen, or the people will, take the idea, improvise, and they'll. Honestly, what is your take on that? I'm sure there are such thoughts. You must have had such thoughts, and you must have dealt and gone ahead with them.
Yes, so that is one question which is always comes to me, and especially in the skincare market, it does come. I think I heard Vankur Variku was someone at one point of time that he said, there's no original idea in the world. Everyone is doing something which is similar. So all you have to do is find your own special niche, see where are you good at, and no one can take away your story or your special niche from you. However much we hide it under wraps, we cannot. And someone always will be there to emulate or copy or find something in a similar lines. But yeah, I always believe that if someone, I think someone asked me and I said, if the bigger companies start picking up my idea, then definitely I'm doing something on the right track. So keep hustling.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
When we say about when we speak of hustling and the work that goes behind building a startup, entrepreneurs do face burnout, and it is real. So, what do you want to say about managing the burnout?
So you know what? Initially, I did used to burn out more, and I used to. I didn't know, because when you're starting off, especially switching from a corporate world, you really don't know when is the start time and the stop time, and you're trying to work 6 days, 7 days a week, and you don't really know when to take a break. And it starts taking a toll on your body, physically. Everyone around you. I deliberately had to make it a point, and people around me told me, you really have to stop. You have to take a break. A weekend means a weekend. So once eventually it just starts taking a toll on your body, then you realize, what, I am trying to teach people and take care of your body. I'm not doing that myself. So yes, I have particularly very, very specifically tried to take a break. And now it is, when the days are low, you just leave it and you come back with a different vigor altogether. On the days your brain's not working, just don't push into yourself into it. It's so much better that ways.
Yes. This is something which people need to figure it out in the process of entrepreneurship. More so, it's a little challenging being a woman, and it is never easy. It has never been easy. It's not just women, also for men, but then more so for women. What would you? How would you put this particular thing, as in the challenges that you as a woman have faced while starting up in the process of building the brand Arezou, and two bits, two tips that if you can give to the other fellow women entrepreneurs who wish to start up.
So I think as women, first and foremost, I think we are low on confidence for ourselves. That will we be able to pull it off or not? Because we've never be very rarely be given an independent responsibility to run something, and it's very, you know what, it's okay. You're doing a job because you want to do a job. It's not that the whole world is lying on you types. So first and foremost, you really need to realize that you have to have that passion and ready to work for it. And there will be a lot of challenges as a woman who's going to come in the background, because you'll have family, you'll have kids, you'll have your own personal life to handle. So the work does get extra. You really have to be at it, be confident about yourself of what you're doing and what you're trying to build, because until unless you are sure of yourself, no one else will. And there's always that extra bit of doubt when, especially if you're a woman, will you be able to pull it off? Are you sure? So you really have to be sure yourself that yes, I can pull it off, wala thing. So that is there. You have to figure out a balance for yourself. Your people around you have to have that amazing support system if you want to take this out, see this through. So support system, and you have to build it around. It's not necessary that it comes to a platter. It does not come on a platter for everyone. We all build that support system gradually and convincingly and everything. So yes, these are the two things that you have to be really confident about yourself, and the support system, which I sure every woman says that you need a support system, but also we need to realize that we have to build it. It doesn't come itself. So yes, these are a couple of things.
I think I would like to, add to it that you have to build it, you have to seek support, you have to be open to asking for help. And we as humans tend to underestimate the people around us. There are more people ready to help us than we think there are. And it is just a matter of we going out, speaking about our ideas. And one of the brand campaigns recently, Facebook had launched that encouraged people to go out and speak to them, and you will see the kind of support that you get. Yes, that's true. That campaign is also driven from such insights that people are there to support. Excellent. Talking about building a startup and building the brand that you are. There is a thing which a lot of people don't exercise or practice at early stages, which is something which has been taught to us at a very early stage. But again, it has been a part of our schooling, education, and work, and also entrepreneurial journeys. I'm talking about goal setting. So, A, the importance of it, and B, how do you practice goal setting?
Right. So what happens is generally for us, no, half of the time either we set goals which are completely out of the thought about, out of the reach, not possible at all. And what challenges happen is that, oh, it's too difficult to achieve, so I'll not even work for it. It's just not possible because I need 10,000 more resources to achieve that goal. For me, if I do that, it kind of intimidates me initially itself. So I am more of a person who sets smaller goals for the next milestone. Okay, let's achieve this milestone, then I'll look at the other one. Not that I'm not futuristic thinking that what will happen after that milestone, but I have at least one set goal that I have to achieve this milestone, and then we'll figure out the way forward. It's more traceable, it's more trackable for me, and it's more and feels more achievable that yes, I can do it within the limited resources, time, everything around me. And it gives you a sense of achievement that yes, I've accomplished something. Because if you don't get it, you start getting sad and disoriented. Oh, it's not coming to me, I think I should just leave it. So just to save myself from that, I keep small milestones for myself. Everyone has a goal 10 years down the line and 5 years down the line of what they want to do, but unless you know what you want to do next 3 months, you will never reach that 5-year goal. So for me, the next 3 months is ultimate important before anything else.
Absolutely. There is no argument about if it is important or not. It is you have to make it a part of your schedule, and I think small steps is something that we highlighted in the first episode as well, and it is valid. It is something that is true, and you need to. Um Talking about wellness and talking about the brand. Uh, as an entrepreneur, how would you like to put uh, that? What kind of mental journey an entrepreneur goes through, and how important is it for an entrepreneur to ensure the mental sanity and physical wellness of an individual while he or she is in the process of building a company, a startup?
Um, I think for the mental sanity and for everything, you have to, as it said, you need to take breaks. You need to step out of your business, of your whatever you're building after some days, right? You need to take a break from work. You need to spend quality time outside and maybe nurture a hobby or do something which is completely unrelated to work, because we breathe, we live work all the time. So we need to take that break. You need to have a physical regime, an exercise regime, and eat right and everything. That is like the inherent part of it. Because if you don't take care of your body, your mental wellness will not work. It just starts getting more and more inherent because the stress level starts increasing. Initially, when you're starting off, you're at a very small stage, so it's okay. You know what? You're just building something and people are asking questions and everything. That's okay. You're still trying to prove to yourself whether you will be able to survive the whole thing or not. But after a certain point of time, when you cross that basic threshold and you on that pushing the pedal and you're trying to grow the brand and everything is in the, at that point of time, you stress levels go to another level. You need to take a break. You need to get more people around you to support you in the whole process, so that your work, your workload, your stress is divided to a certain extent. And of course, some physical exercise, it's mandatory to take care of your body equally and set deadlines for you, that only 8 hours working or whatever, or breaks on weekends or something. The more schedule you get to your lifestyle, the better it gets for you.
So obviously, the once the madness sets in, I think that is the time when we talk about taking breaks. And so, Ishita, personally, tell me, how do you what do you do to break the madness when you're taking breaks? What typically do you indulge in?
I really like yoga. So I'm a very 5 days a week. I have to take a 1 hour session of yoga or something, or take a walk, or go out, play with my kid. Something that sort is like some form of exercise. 5 days a week is mandatory for me. I Saturday Sunday is most of the times I try not work at all. If not possible, Sunday though I don't do anything. I just shut off everything. Saturday still I go out and everything. So it's very sorted that it is family time. So it is family time. I make sure that I spend some quality time with my son on every day, and weekends are totally completely family time. So that is one thing which I make sure of. And I do not look at work once it's closed, it's closed. I do not want to go back to office or meetings or anything and calls and everything in the evening after its work is closed. I am a very avid book reader, and earlier it used to be a different genre altogether. Now I started reading more about entrepreneurs and everything. So that is something which kind of relaxes me, and also at the same time helps me visualize and plan and schedule for the future. So these are a couple of things I tend to follow, and I try to be religious about it.
So Arezou, if I am pronouncing it right, is at a level today. But was there a time when you were starting up at very early phases that you ended up working on weekends, Saturday, Sundays, including? And has there been a transition from forcing yourself that no, I won't be working on Saturdays and Sundays. I need to,
Yes,
how
I
has
mean,
that change of mindset been?
when your body starts giving up and you start breaking down in the middle of stress, you sit down randomly and start crying, then you're like, okay, I think I need to take a break.
बस हो गया, रुक जाओ.
Then your husband says, okay, let's talk something else except for Arezou and your business. So then
That's for real, yes. So purposely, I wanted to highlight this thing. Uh, Entrepreneurship as a journey is often, spoken about, that you're working 24/7, 365 days. Yes, it that there are people who start off like that. There are times when you are doing that kind of work, but then there are times that you come to realize that health, wellness, mental wellness, physical wellness is a thing, and that's the time when you try to strike a balance, and
it takes you
sort.
down. Eventually, one day you will either be crying, sitting and crying in the middle of the day, or your body will have given up and you're lying down in the bed. Then you're like, no, you just have to take a break.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So the 24/7 madness is real, but then eventually you need to strike that kind of balance, people. The earlier we understand that, the earlier we condition ourselves to have that kind of a line, it is the better it is, and the transition phase is more easier. Uh, Things like that. So talking about the madness, building up a team is no cakewalk, and getting the right people, and more so in the pandemic where people are remotely working. Give me a give us a background about how your journey of team building has been for Arezou.
So the funny part with Arezou is my whole team is remote. I work with people literally across the world. Um, I stay in Hyderabad. My company's manufacturing operations are run from Lucknow. So there's a team sitting in Lucknow that handles the operations. I handle. My strategist lives in Oman. My developer comes from Bangalore, and the UI designer comes from Bangalore. One person is sitting in Jaipur. So I have a complete national team, okay, and we're always remote. So if anyone some comes to me and asks me, for internship or anything, that what is the location, I'm like, it's remote, it's work from home. That is what we do. I would not deny that building a team is easy. It is tough, especially just to find that right talent and the right people to work with. And in interviews, what happens is that person looks very good on a resume, person looks very good on an interview. When you spend time, especially when you're working remotely, you're not seeing each other daily on a day-to-day basis in front of each other. A lot of habits of how the person works, when will the person deliver, how is the communication happening online. That is when you start realizing that team is so much more than just a resume and an interview. And very honestly, if I find someone working with someone else and very good, I keep in just touch with them in the backward network. Maybe 6 months down the line, I'll be able to work with this person, but let me just not leave the loop. When I reach a stage, I'll kind of maybe poach that person here. But yeah,
That's a very soft native way of poaching.
because everyone
But yeah,
grows out of stuff. So yes,
yeah, but that's a healthy practice to do. That's okay.
Team building is it's a task in itself, and I'm looking out for project management softwares to help me handle the people across the globe for me now.
So, talking about how you're managing the teams across the globe, I'm sure, must be having some rituals in place. To tell us about that. What kind of team management rituals that you have, either during the day or at the onset of the day?
So generally, I have different slots for connecting with different people, and we always have this CTA. And at the end of the call, we have this. Okay, these are the 5 items that need to be completed. Generally, try to keep in touch every day or every alternate day. Also, what I've tried to do is that I've broken up my week. That okay, this is just concentrating on marketing. This day is just to concentrate on operations. This day is just to look at the sales and the marketing part or the website part. This day is just for networking. So that way I am in that zone, and the person in front of me gets tons of work to do for the whole week, because that is my headspace. Okay, this 10 things has to go on LinkedIn, and this is what we have to build around.
So for the teams, it's sort of a 7-day cycle of reporting.
Kind of, but I might give a bigger task at the beginning of that week, But every 2 days, I'll just keep follow up for this
Yes.
minor tasks that come in between, because you just can't leave things. And in a startup world, it's so always so instant. Okay, this came up, that came up. As a founder, you're never on rest. Every new day, a new idea comes up. So we keep track, and a bigger goal is done once a week types.
Correct. So managing a team, having rituals, these are tactical things, or the ways we manage the team. But uh, one of the downsides of working remotely is that kind of personal touch, or the human touch, that you would have had with your team if things were offline, and there was a proper office space. So keeping people motivated, and the top of the game, how do you manage that, and is it critical?
So see, honestly, right now my team is not that big. I think the major motivation for them is that the surprise element that comes every second day, that oh, a new challenge. so, so that's the fun part for them. And so we are a small team, and we generally try to, by the end of the week, we try to come on a common call and just interact and have a background of what's happening in everyone's life. So and I make it a point that I always keep it a check that okay, what's happening in your life, or what's happening generally. So that ways, that personal touch is always meant, and you also know that what challenges are happening in their personal life, that okay, this is the time to put extra stuff, this is the time to just go slow on things. So that ways everyone's kind of streamlines together and gets their own pace of doing things also, which maybe in a physical space we do not get to do much. Maybe, I don't know,
Hmm.
eventually when I get a physical space I'll get to know. But yes, I do, when I do travel to Lucknow and for my operations team, we do achieve a lot in those 15-20 days. It's a different story altogether, that you realize that when you sit together, then there's more tea happening and more lunches happening, and the more crisp work that happens on a Zoom call does not happen on a live in a person to person stuff.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, but everything is
Yes, a
has
lot of
to,
small talks go around. That's okay,
yeah,
but yes.
it has
All right. So you mentioned about you're an avid book reader. I can also see a few books at the background.
um,
Uh, uh, Two books that you would recommend aspiring entrepreneurs, or entrepreneurs who are already in the hustle.
yes. So one is this Build Your Story brand. I honestly, sorry, I don't remember the author's
Hmm.
name, but it's a beautiful book on branding and how to build a story around your customer, and how do you exactly sell. It's not about selling, and how do you build a brand around the customer. The second is One Page Marketing Plan, which is very good for initial when you're starting off on your entrepreneurial journey. How do you start small and be very razor focused on what you want to do, and then you start expanding into other avenues. So these are very result oriented books. These are very short notes making kind of books that you can read and make note for yourself, and it does go get you back into your mindset ki, what am I doing, like what kind of problem am I solving, how do I relate it to my past customer. So these are two books which I always go back to right now, at least. So yes, I would definitely recommend it for someone starting off in their entrepreneurial journey.
Yes, while you said that you are looking for some project management app that could help you manage your teams across, but two apps that you are currently using that helps you be at the top of your game, that you would
um,
suggest our people.
So I have tried Airtable. It has been decent with me, and so one is Let's Transact, which is helping me very well in handling my operations, manufacturing, inventory management, and all of that. So that app has been really, that software, my team and I are still in the learning phase of it, but it has been really beautifully helpful in managing the whole manufacturing process and automating as a whole. So
Hmm.
yes, Airtable and Let's Transact. This has been really good.
How does Airtable help you?
So we kind of make the whole calendar, make projects with each other and team handling and everyone's activity. So we're still in the initial phases, but yes, we're trying to streamline the whole process together.
Okay, okay, super. Um, uh, I wanted to ask you if you're a morning person or a night person, but I understand eventually people come to realize that I started off with hustling overnights, and then I realized that okay, I need to get up timely, finish my days timely. What's the
Also,
case with you?
when you have a school kid, then you have to wake up early in the morning for the school day. So nevertheless, you become a morning person. Go on other
Yes,
late
yes.
night parties.
Yes, yes, yes. And more so when you are running the show, your mental sanity is also, deeply connected with the way your sleeping schedule is. Good sleep translates to a lot of good things. So it is underrated, and people do compromise a lot on, these things. So yeah, talking about there's a lot being spoken about the metaverse and the web 3.0. Let me ask this question to you: how have you imagined your business in the web 3.0, or the metaverse, when we are too early for it, but then when it sets in, have you ever thought about it?
See, very honestly, I think I'm still managing the initial project management software. My team is still coming up to it. So I know we will reach there. Again, it's a 5-year goal. I am looking at the 3 months goal right now. But there's no avoiding that, because and there's no point of avoiding it, because if you want to be really completely connected to your customer, that is where they're going to be eventually, and that is where as a business also we'll have to be. So yes, it will come into the picture. Again, I said 5-year goal.
Yes, yes. We all know that when Web 2.0 or the social media culture set in, the brands started, interacting and engaging with the audience on the social media, because that's where people are spending time. And gradually, with the progress that is happening on the metaverse front, or the Web 3.0 front, with all the technologies coming in that are going to be the enablers for the metaverse. Eventually, brands are going to create their spaces in the Web 3.0, and I think it's too early for right now the brands to right away move over there. But as entrepreneurs, we have that constant thought lingering in our mind at in some corner, that okay, yeah, yes, I'm thinking about it.
When the customer reaches there, we'll have to of course follow them there. So that's another
Yes,
option we have.
exactly. All right, so we are towards the end of our session today. So one last question that I want to ask you, Ishita, is your journey with the ups and downs, and excitement, and the rush that we get. uh, Three things that you have learned as an entrepreneur in your journey that you would like to share with the audience online.
Okay, one thing, first and foremost, is that your own the confidence in yourself, as I said earlier also, you really have to trust yourself, and you really have to push yourself, because until unless you do it for yourself, no one else can do it for you, because this is something which is very self-driven. It's not a job, no one is paying you for it. It's your own money that's going out. So it's everything that is your passion and your whole thing. You should be really ready to adapt and evolve, and be open to new ideas, criticism, feedback, low, bad, good, every type. And you should be ready for anything that can come up your way, and how to adapt and change your ways accordingly. The other thing is that there will be a lot of lows, lot, and but whenever you get that small win, it's a different feeling altogether. So you just have to keep working for that in the initial stages. You have to start keep working for those initial small wins that just make up for the whole lows and the tough days that has happened. So yes, these are the three things which have been the highlight for me mostly.
Awesome, awesome, Ashita. Uh, Thank you so much for coming for this session today and sharing your wisdom with the people online, who are the aspiring entrepreneurs. Maybe someone who have someone there are people who have already started and taken the step towards entrepreneurship. Some are thinking of it, aspiring entrepreneurs. So I am sure that the session will give some insights to such people on the internet, and also the bits that you have shared about your experience and your journey. Uh, as a part of this initiative, what we are trying to do is present the real picture, what goes behind building a startup, and uh, put a real narrative around startup or entrepreneurship is not all glamour and success. As Ishita rightly mentioned, that there are a lot of lows that entrepreneurs face, but it is all worth it when you get that small little win, and that is what keeps you going and pushing forward. So whatever success or whatever kind of glamour we see around entrepreneurs on the internet, it is actually a very small part for all the small large pieces of lows that they have faced, and for all the hard work that they do, a pat on the back, and whatever glamour they get or whatever traction on the internet they get about what good work they are doing, they deserve it. They deserve it. So we are in a way trying to celebrate entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship through our initiative. That's why we call it as Amazing Entrepreneurs. Not just glamour, but a lot of hard work behind.
It was lovely talking. Thank you so much, Amrit, for inviting me. It was amazing conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great time, Ishita. We'll connect.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Right?
Bye.